Scene 1. The sudden marriage. Only a week ago, Emma had been living her routine life, working as a librarian in the sleepy town of Havenbrook, reading romance novels and dreaming of a love story of her own. That was before the accident. She had been driving home late one rainy night when her car skidded off the road and crashed into a ditch. Dazed and shaken, she didn't remember much until a stranger found her, helped her out of the wreck, and brought her to safety. His name was Luke. Tall, with dark, unruly hair and stormy gray eyes that seemed to hold secrets. He was a drifter, a wanderer with no past, or so he claimed. Emma had barely spoken to him before the accident, but afterward, something about him felt familiar, as if destiny had tangled their lives together. What neither expected was how quickly events spiraled after that night. When Luke's mysterious pursuers caught up with them, forcing Emma to choose between safety and solitude, she agreed to a marriage arrangement to protect them both. One legal formality, nothing more. A stranger's name signed on a paper to make them allies, not lovers. Scene 2. The unexpected room. Now, as they left the chapel, the murmur of well-wishers behind them, Emma felt the weight of the ring on her finger, cold and heavy. Luke led her to a small, rustic cabin on the outskirts of town, their temporary refuge. Inside, the scent of pine and cedar mingled with the faint smell of damp earth. Emma's hands trembled as she unpacked the meager belongings she'd brought, her eyes stealing glances at Luke. He was standing by the window, peeling off his soaked jacket, revealing a toned back glistening with droplets from the recent rain. The warmth of the cabin's fire flickered across his skin. Suddenly, he reached behind his neck and dropped the towel he had draped over his shoulders. Emma's breath caught in her throat. Her heart raced, not just from the sight of his lean, muscular frame, but from the undeniable attraction pulsing between them. Scene 3. The night of questions. That night, Emma sat across from Luke at the small wooden table. The cabin was quiet except for the crackle of the fire and the occasional hoot of an owl outside. "Why did you agree to marry me?" she finally asked, her voice barely above a whisper. Luke's eyes met hers, dark and unreadable. "Because no one else would protect you. Because I need you as much as you need me." Emma studied him. There was honesty in his gaze, but also pain, like he carried a burden he couldn't share. She sighed, pushing her fingers through her hair. "I don't even know your story. Who are you, Luke?" He hesitated, then leaned back. "I'm a man running from a past that won't let me go. But with you, maybe I can find a future." Emma's heart ached at the vulnerability in his words. She felt drawn to him, but fear held her back. Scene 4. The storm outside and the calm within. The next day, rain hammered against the cabin's windows. Luke and Emma huddled inside, sharing a rare quiet moment. Luke fixed her a simple breakfast, eggs and toast, while Emma watched him. The way he moved, careful and precise, suggested a life far different from the one he claimed. After they ate, Luke pulled out an old worn notebook from his backpack. "I want to show you something," he said. Emma leaned in as he opened the pages filled with sketches and scribbled notes. Maps, strange symbols, and photographs of places she had never seen. "This," he explained, "is why I've been running. There's something out there, people who want to hurt me. I need to keep moving to keep you safe." Emma's heart twisted with sympathy. The stranger she was married to was a man fighting battles she could barely understand. Scene 5. The first touch. That evening, the storm passed, leaving behind a sky painted with stars. Emma and Luke sat on the porch, wrapped in a shared blanket. Luke reached out, brushing a stray lock of hair from her face. His touch was gentle but electrifying. Emma's breath hitched. "Can I ask you something?" he said softly. Anything. Do you regret this? Marrying a stranger? Emma looked down at her hands. I don't know. I'm scared. But I think I'm starting to feel something. Something real. Luke smiled, a slow, hopeful curve of his lips. Me too. Their hands found each other in the quiet night, fingers intertwining like they belonged together, as if fate had finally begun to write their story. Scene 6. The danger returns. Their fragile peace was shattered days later. Loud knocks on the cabin door jolted them awake. Luke moved quickly, checking the windows and doors before turning to Emma. Stay here. He opened the door just a crack, revealing two shadowy figures. We know you're hiding him, one growled. Emma's heart pounded as Luke stood firm, shielding her. You won't find him here. A tense standoff ensued before the strangers retreated, warning they'd be back. Emma clung to Luke, realizing for the first time how much she depended on him, and how much he depended on her. Scene 7. The decision. The next morning, Emma sat on the porch steps, her mind racing. I can't keep running, she said quietly when Luke joined her. We don't have to, Luke replied, surprising her. What? We can face them. Together. Emma looked into his eyes and saw not just fear, but determination. For the first time, I believe in us, she whispered. Luke pulled her into an embrace. Their bodies pressed close, the warmth of their connection stronger than the cold reality surrounding them. Scene 8. The confession. That night, as they sat by the fire, Emma felt a courage rising within her. Luke, I don't want this marriage to be just for protection anymore. He raised his eyebrows, a flicker of hope lighting his face. I want to know you. All of you. Luke smiled, his voice low and steady. You already do. Emma leaned into him, their foreheads touching, the walls between them crumbling. Scene 9. The new beginning. Weeks passed. The danger lessened, and with it, Emma and Luke's walls fell away. They shared laughter, whispered secrets, and dreams once thought impossible. One morning, as the sun spilled golden light across the cabin, Luke took Emma's hand. Married to a stranger, he said, but I'm no longer a stranger to you. Emma smiled, her heart full. Neither are you to me. Their lips met in a tender kiss, sealing a promise not born of circumstance, but of choice. End.